I am here. Oh, go home, Galvatron. What do you mean, go home? No, I am here now. Go home, Galvatron. I'm here for my review. I don't want to review you. What? Why don't you want to review me? Because you're a terrible, terrible figure. I am not. I rule the Decepticons. You rule the junk pile. Go home. Give me my review or I will destroy you. Fine. This is GotBot review number 9. Universe. Deluxe Class. Galvatron. Yeah, that's right. You just saw me trying to set this guy up. Welcome for GotBot review number 9. This is Universe. Deluxe Class Galvatron. This guy is a absolute mess. Probably the worst figure I own. When I saw reviews of him myself, I was like, he can't be that bad. Come on, he cannot be that bad. He looked great, and he still looks great as long as you don't really touch him or transform him or move him or look at him the wrong way. You know, barring all that, yeah, he's pretty good. He is not bad. Paint apps. You know what? There's a bunch of versions of this mold. There's one that came out in a 3-pack with Astrotrain and Octane, a specialist pack a couple of years back. I think that's probably the best looking version of this mold. Next to that, all of the other ones have their good and bad points. But overall, they all have certain aspects to them that just does not scream Galvatron. With this guy, this arm here doesn't scream Galvatron. This weird hook doesn't scream Galvatron. The orange bits don't scream Galvatron. His cannon is nice. His cannon looks pretty great. The only thing that's giving him a bit of a higher mark in terms of paint apps is that in tank mode, though it's all pretty much this white, off-white gray color, it works. It really works, and he looks like a menacing tank, there's no doubt about it. That's what saves his paint apps, and that's all that saves his paint apps. I don't like that this down here is purple plastic that's been painted this color. I don't like that this is purple plastic that's been painted this color when the rest of this is a gray unto itself. I don't like his stubby body. It's just, yeah, paint apps, this guy's terrible. Posability, playability. In tank mode, he rolls great. In tank mode, you know, he makes a pretty good looking tank. In robot mode, this arm can go 360. It can go out. There's a nice deep elbow bend. I mean, that's fantastic elbow bend. There is a tight bicep swivel. There is no wrist articulation, though I thought that there was. Well, I guess there's a flip down on the wrist. But this arm will pop off that ball joint just as easily as that. There you go. There you go. Arm off the ball joint just as quick and as easy as that. It will do it during transformation. It will do it during play. And it is a nuisance. You could probably thicken up the ball joint with some floor polish, but I think that's more work than this guy's worth. There is waist articulation. Unfortunately, the head tends to do that a lot and fall down in the chest. The chest doesn't really lock in. The head, when you can get it to stay up, it goes left to right. It doesn't really look up or down. And expect his chest to fall a lot during this review. This arm can swivel nicely. I like the claw look. That's an interesting looking hand, even though this one's in a fist. So these arms don't look symmetrical. There is no in and out. That pops out too easily all the time as well. We'll stick that back in. This guy is like an accident. Do you remember the episode in G1 when they cobbled together pieces of a robot and put Spike's brain in there while his body was being operated on? Well, this isn't as good as that robot. Thighs don't really have a swivel, but there's a swivel here kind of at the knee, I guess, right here. Below the knee, I guess it is, below the knee. The knee does have a you know, an okay bend, but I mean, look at the length of the bottom of his leg compared to his thigh. It's ridiculous. This guy should not have been a deluxe. There's no way this guy should have been a deluxe. And then, of course, you have, you know, back here you have these vestigial feet. Why does he have extra feet? I know that there was, you know, supposed to be that third mode of him being a walking tank, which is just idiotic. I hate this guy so much. I don't buy him. Don't buy him. Okay. Posability, playability. I don't know. Let's say a 4. Let's say a 4. On to transformation. Let's see how this goes. Okay. Head goes down. By the way, I suppose I could have mentioned how his feet can do this. You know, is that any good? Does that do anything? I don't know. I think that's stupid. This hook does nothing. It just goes down, and this whole piece comes out. Why? Like, really? I guess, and it comes off the ball joint. This is going to be one of those reviews, folks. This is going to be one of those. Worst toy ever made? Probably this guy. Okay. Okay, let's try and get a handle on this. Legs will turn around like this for now. And you have the whole tread here, basically. And look, here's another piece that just pops off. Pure junk. Galvatron. Deluxe class. Garbage. They go up. You straighten up the tread so that it's like this. On the other side, same thing. Same terrible engineering. You pull this piece out a bit. You get the treads like that. You know, yay. Such garbage. These pieces go forward and his feet come together. There you go. Feet together. Oh, doesn't that look fantastic right there? That looks just great right there. No doubt about it. You have, and this came out again. Do you see what I'm dealing with here? Do you see why I told him to go home? But Galvatron, being as insane as he is, no, Galvatron can't listen, can he? That would be my cat. This is going to be, I'll leave this out for now because it's driving me nuts. This right here is going to be the front of the tank when we finally get this guy all taken care of. You bring up the legs. Let's take off his arm too. You bring up the legs and you bring down the front piece. The legs kind of come up like this. And you bring those in close to the body and you bring this front piece down and around, and hopefully you can tab in everything. And there are, in right here, there are tabs and pieces that go together not terribly well. Let's roll his feet up, because that wasn't done either. Let's roll his feet up and bring this around. And yes, you will notice that this seems like a bit of a mess of a review. Now you know why. And in trying to do all of this on camera, it is not easy. Not easy, folks. Okay, there's the front of our tank done. Thank God. Still doesn't look any good. Still just doesn't look any good at all. Then you bring out these tank pieces and the vestigial feet. For now, we're gonna fold those in, and this foot over here, we're gonna take it and we're just gonna fold it in like that. That's it. These are out to the side now. Great, just great. You're gonna take this back panel, this one right here, and you're going to attempt to lift it up. Again, that doesn't really work very well either. Basically, nothing with this guy works very well. There. And now these pieces peg in on the side, peg in on the side, just like that. And you can see that he's starting to become a bit tank-ish. But we haven't dealt with this huge arm over here yet. We haven't dealt with getting this up and around to the top up here, which is where it does need to go, believe it or not. So how do we do that? Very fair question, to be honest with you. Supposedly you straighten it, and you should be able to flip it up and over and turn it around just like that. And then his other arm, the one that fell off, is supposed to be on this ball joint right here, this orange ball joint right here. So I'm going to push the ball joint up, because if I try to do it with the arm on there, it's just not going to work. You would, and I pushed it in too far, I will take the arm and put it back onto the ball joint, like so. I will put the arm up straight. I will turn the arm like this, bring it down on itself in underneath right there. I'm going to fold this piece over it, and once again tab all that together. These pieces on the side come up. This piece on this side comes up. And now it should be a matter of being able to tab everything together. These pieces right here will go into holes right here, supposedly. And I'm sorry if this is not coming across well on camera, and I'm not willing to reshoot it, because I want you to see the challenge at Cybertron that this guy really is. That's the 3-pack that this guy came in, and boy is he challenging. Boy, oh boy, oh boy, is he just one big challenge after another. This up here splits apart. When it splits apart, you are supposed to be able to turn his cannon around and drop it in. This arm his cannon arm just folds. Just folds along the back, I thought. Oh, I'm sorry. His hand. Yeah, his hand flips in to bring out this piece here, and then the whole thing folds across the back like that and turns around to face the front. Those tank pieces go in there. These tank pieces come down here, and in the end, you have Galvatron in his tank mode. And here's how he compares with a modern day tank. This is Combiner Wars Brawl. He's bigger than Brawl. You know, if you compare him front on, he is certainly bigger and more imposing than Brawl. But he is not good. The mold also had a supposed third mode where you would bring down the feet from inside, bring down this foot from inside, and of course everything with him will fall apart when you do that. Fall apart, fall to pieces. I don't know what these stupid hooks are for either. They're idiotic. And on the back, you could bring down, that went flying. Bring down that, and supposedly bring down this, and there you go. Look how awesome that looks. Look at that. Look, isn't that right? Aren't you afraid seeing that? Aren't you absolutely fearful seeing this coming at you? A walking tank. I guess it's supposed to be reminiscent of his, you know, of his G1 self, but it's just an epic fail. You saw how much he fell apart. His transformation, you know, I'd like to be able to give it something worthwhile, but I can't. I can't. There's another fan mode where these have come out, and this center cannon comes up, turns around like so. This has been proposed as another weapon embankment. What can I say about it? It's rubbish. It's garbage. It's junk. His transformation gets a -87. So we have posability, playability 4, paint apps a 7, transformation a -87. Worst mark I've ever given. And as I talk about this, I'll try to put him back into robot mode for you. His overall score is about a -82, somewhere in that range. And I don't feel bad about it being a -82. He's terrible. He's a waste of your time. He's a waste of your money. Not a product I can endorse. And I want to. I love Galvatron. The world, and that leg came off again. The world definitely needs more Galvatron all the time. All the time, more Galvatron. Bringing down his leg again. But I cannot endorse this. The Titans Return Galvatron that is upcoming, I have to hope and believe is going to be so much better than this guy. Could this guy have been better if he was a Deluxe, or this won't even stay in. Would this guy have been better if he was a Voyager Class? Rumor has always had it that the intention was for this guy to be a Voyager Class. I think that probably would have done him wonders in being not just a better figure, but being remembered and regarded now as a success. Honestly, I don't know if any recent outing by Hasbro has really been a success with this. I think they have a lot riding on the Titans Returns version of this character after the epic fail that was this mold. I don't care, ladies and gentlemen, what version of this mold you look at. I don't care what version of this mold you get. If you're going to consider getting a Deluxe Class Galvatron, I don't think it matters which Galvatron you get. They're all going to be pretty terrible. Get him for for putting on the shelf. Don't get him to play with. Don't get him to fiddle with at your desk. Don't get him for a kid. Do not get this guy for a child. They're not going to enjoy it. He will not become a favorite toy. And you know what? I mean, I can't even get the guy to stand up. Now, there you are. Stood up, head down to chest, broken ankle. Yeah, he's you know what? That's it. That's it right there. That explains Deluxe Class Universe Galvatron all to pieces. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time with GotBot Review number 10.